Great. I think we are live.
Awesome.
Good morning, beautiful people. Today is Saturday, very sunny here in Amsterdam, and it is my big pleasure to welcome my dear friend Sita. I know Sita from our online business, and we do many magical things from healing and energy healing, all behind the scenes, supporting women to create online business and start living healthy and wealthy life. And today, particularly, I want to speak to Sita about choosing the right type of ionizer. And there is so much going on in the market. You've seen many people selling different products. Hydrogen-rich water is a huge hype. And many people ask me in DMs, like, why is our product so much more expensive than the others? So we thought, let's just hop on a call and chat about that. So, Sita, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about what has happened in your life since you have this particular water ionizer, just briefly.
Health-wise, or
Health.
well, loads really. I mean, well, I don't really want to make medical claims, but my husband's health has drastically improved. He had a medical condition that he had pretty much all his life, and that's disappeared because, well, I can talk about this for hours. I'm going to keep it short. Hydration really is the foundation to health. Most of us are sick because we're dehydrated. I just read a very fascinating book that was written by a medical doctor, and he did 20, 30 years of research. And he found out that actually we're tackling the topic of hydration completely wrong. Most of us don't even realize that we're thirsty because we haven't been taught what the real symptoms of thirst are. And dehydration is the number one cause for almost every modern society disease that we have at the moment. So huge hydration is what we all got, and you get more energy. Inflammation disappears, autoimmune diseases can go, and that's what happened to my husband. So that was probably the biggest change in my family.
That's beautiful. I totally agree. When I started drinking this water 5 years ago, I had a huge hormonal disbalance and approaching 50, everything was going upside down. And within days, everything was balanced and I got so much energy. And I'm a single mom, so it's really important that when you are at 9 o'clock and you want to do some work, you still have energy. And my energy just skyrocketed through the roof. And this water, particularly, you can drink so much of it because it's a molecular structure is split into tiny little molecules, and your body absorbs that much easier. Instead of big bubbles of H2O, which go straight into your stomach, it goes into all different cells of your body and even your brain. And that's why people who have migraines and headaches, they are relieved of the symptoms within days because you finally your brain is hydrated. So yeah, we can talk about this for hours. So what is actually I had a person in my DM the other day saying like, why would I buy this product? Because there are so many different products on the market, much cheaper. And this is what I want to talk about.
Okay, that's a really good question because I get that too. And I was actually talking about it yesterday with somebody because there is so much talk of ionizers now at the moment, and there's a lot of different ionizers. So I think I'm going to have to just explain a little bit how it works. The incredible health benefits of electrolyzed reduced water is the hydrogen, the molecular hydrogen that happens. I'm going to keep it simple. So what happens through electrolysis, which is an electrical charge, the H2O gets split into HO and H. The HO is hydroxide,
Mhm.
and the H is molecular hydrogen. Molecular hydrogen acts like the most powerful antioxidant in the world. So, for example, we all know green tea is an antioxidant, very powerful. You measure antioxidation by a value which is called ORP, and it needs to be negative. Green tea is at about negative 40. right? And that's a powerful antioxidant. Molecular hydrogen is at minus 400 to minus 500. And it can go even lower, depends on the pH. So what you want to achieve is this split of the H2O into HO and O so that you get the molecular hydrogen. That can only happen if you have a very high voltage that electrically charges and splits these molecules. The high voltage only happens if you have continuous
That's right.
voltage. Yeah. So the success of electrolysis, that's what the process is called, depends on the voltage, the watts per amp. Not my subject, but I do remember a few words, times surface area.
Mm-hmm.
Surface area meaning the plates that the electricity is running through that creates electrolysis that splits these molecules. Now, these plates, you can imagine this like in a light bulb, old-fashioned light bulb. You know, yeah, we had those little wires in an old-fashioned light bulb. Um, through running electricity through those wires creates the light in the old light bulbs. When you run through too much electricity through a low voltage, it busts. Yeah. So if you look at different ionizers, you're going to have to look at the material of the plates because they need constant voltage run through them. And they need to have a material that can support that without corroding, breaking, or, yeah, breaking basically.
Or
Now,
disintegrating into the.
disintegrating, that's it. In the case of the Enagic K8 ionizer, you have 8 plates, so that's already huge surface. A lot of machines on the market, you need to look at the number of plates. Remember, electrolysis is voltage times surface area. So you need as many plates as possible. The K8 has 8 plates and they're platinum coated titanium.
Yes.
That's why they're medical grade. They have a medical certificate in Japan because the material is so strong. You can run high voltage through it continuously and it doesn't break or corrode.
Mm.
Often, and this is what you need to look at when you compare machines, they have less plates, less surface area is already a no for me. And then the plates might be a mesh material
Exactly.
or some kind of weaker metal that cannot support this high continuous voltage and they will corrode. And you know what happens then?
Into
You
your
get
body.
heavy metal poisoning,
Yes.
which you really don't want to get.
Exactly. And I just love it what you just explained. Take a sip of water. It was beautiful. I'm going to break it down into small digestible pieces. So what Sita was beautifully saying, and I'm so grateful, appreciative of what your knowledge is, that people very often look and say, okay, I want to get a better hydration. I want to get a filter. And I say, oh, before you get a filter, think about a filter will filter your water. Let's say you have a tap water, which is full of poison and drugs and whatever gunk there is. You get a filter, let's say something like reverse osmosis, and you make it clean, very, very clean. But also because you're removing most of the minerals, you're also going to get yourself a dead water. And then you need to put minerals, chemical minerals, in order to make it live. We don't want that. That's my personal opinion. My personal opinion. So the best thing is to get ionizer when you get live water. I call it a live water because there are bubbles. And what Sita was saying, there are many different products, and people who want to get better health, not all, but I will say that very often there is also the money mindset. And we would go for a cheaper product because it's cheaper. And right now, instead of paying 5,000, you say, oh, maybe I'll get a 6,000. But in a long term, the 5,000 product, the K8, will serve you 25 years. The cheaper product, let's say 500 or 2,000, has much shorter expiry date. Well, I don't know if it's the right word, but also, as Sita was explaining, the plates inside where the electrolysis happen are of lesser quality. When the metal disintegrates and gets into your body, then you actually poison yourself. Then electricity doesn't run continuously, goes up and down, up and down. And then the voltage, the plates, and also the filters. Filters in those machines very often, let's say, I don't know the size. They very often they need to be replaced every single year, like in our company, but they cost so much more. In our company, we pay 80 euros for a filter for replacement. In other companies, it will cost you up to 500. So within few years, let's say 2, 3 years, your product will be costing you the same as the K8. and we and there are thousands of other benefits. So when we talk about this, it's a switch of a mindset. That's the biggest issue here, and benefits and health. So that's why we wanted to actually talk about this topic, right, Sita?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's like you said, it's a mindset thing. We tend to look for price instead of cost. We're looking at to not buy so expensive, but we don't realize what's behind it, and that at the end of the day, the cost is actually much higher when we go for the lower price, or can be. And I think we need to also make sure that we understand at least a little bit what happens in that machine. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, some of them, a lot of machines, for example, they produce good quality ionized water for a liter or two, and then they stop. But we don't know that. So we're filling up bottles and we're using it, and we don't actually know that we're not getting the benefit anymore. And they don't have to specify that. This is up to you to do your due diligence and find out, what am I actually investing into?
Mhm.
Is this giving me the best health for the longest time possible?
Yes, and what Sita is referring to, the reason why they only get the ionized water in the first liter, for example, and not in the third, second, fifth water, because of the voltage is going up and down. There is not continuous powerful voltage, and that's why our machine, well, whatever machine you're going to get, right? Just it doesn't matter if our machine. Just really make sure that you look at certain elements of that machine and be aware that if you spend $200 on this little portable bottle, you think, oh yes, now I'm actually making some amazing changes in my life. Actually, you might be damaging yourself even more, so we are coming here, we're like, please be aware what you buy, make your own research, do a research on Google Med, PubMed, sorry, not on a Google. Get yourself a proper information. There is tons of it. Make sure where you look at the right places, then just follow what's on social media and just like, oh yeah, it sounds cool, I'm going to get it, because we are talking about your health. And if you're a mom and you have children, you're going to give it to your kids, right? So it's bigger picture than just the price.
Exactly. So what Monica is referring to, the electricity, what you want to look at when you look at the specifics of the machine, you need a machine with a transformer,
Oh yes.
not a switch mode, a transformer. Because a switch mode, like, is what we were talking about, not consistent, not actually giving you the benefit. So
What
really
is
you want to,
transformer, Sita? What is
sorry?
transformer? What
A
is transformer?
transformer, it transforms the electricity so that you get the electricity out of the socket. It comes in waves. That's what they do. That's how it works when you get the electricity into your house. And you want a transformer that increases the electricity and then keeps it at that one level.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Most electricity devices, they just work, like you said, up, down, and it works. But it doesn't work for powerful, healthy, continuous electrolysis. You need that constant voltage.
Beautiful. There is much more than we people don't know. And actually, to be honest, I didn't know about the transformer either. I didn't know about this. I got the machine because I felt I'm an intuitive person. I said, this is for me. And with all my heart, I said, I'm going to do it. I just know it's good. And I didn't know into technical things. But you're right, to know technical things make you also knowledgeable and more appreciative what you have at home.
Exactly. And that's so the transformer and the platinum-based titanium plates. Those are the two reasons why the K8 from Enagic is a medical device. Getting a medical certificate is really difficult. It takes a lot of work and high quality. And those are the two reasons because it gives you constant good quality.
Yes. I believe it took in Japan 12 years to get a medical certification. It's one of the toughest countries in the world, and it has certification. It's been used in Japan in hospitals for many, many years, and almost I believe every sixth family has it in Japan. And we are going to Japan next month
Yay!
to join our amazing company. So
It's celebrating 50 years. You know, you don't exist for 50 years and grow every year if you don't have a quality
yeah,
product.
exactly. And it's taking the whole market here in the West by storm because people are much more aware, not only politicians and actors, but actually athletes and moms and doctors, holistic doctors are realized, and restaurants are realizing, oh my God, if I could just drink this water every single day and do nothing else in my whole life, I become healthier and healthier.
Yeah, it's
And your
definitely the
mind also.
foundation.
Yeah, that's the foundation. So we cannot really say any medical claims, but it changed my life. The logo is change your water, change your life, and there's a reason why.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. If you are interested to know more in the product or how it changes people's life, how it changed our life, how we became here on a social media powerfully, confidently talking about it, there's a whole Pandora box of wisdom and life-changing things which we do. So if you're interested, you are always welcome to reach to Sita or to myself. We are happy, very happy to share the knowledge. Thank you so much, Sita, for your amazing wisdom. And as
Thank
always,
you.
send you much love and to everybody as well.
Take care. That was fun.
We can do another one.
Yeah.
If you're interested, if you want to know more, let us know. We can do another one. No.